excited to be here. I do have a couple of guests with me today. I have Yvette R. Moore, who is a credit repair specialist, and I have Heather Poniewaz with Dwellness Home Warranties here to share their expertise with you and to answer any questions you may have. So please hold tight. We are going to have a Q&A session throughout the presentation. And I'm just really excited. You know, there's always great opportunities to share information, and today is definitely one where we get to talk about homeownership in 2021. So June is Homeownership Month, National Homeownership Month. So if this is your month, if this is your year, then you are definitely in the right place, and you are most certainly welcome. My mission is very clear. I inspire, I educate, and I practice personal growth through real estate. I provide support to both buyers and sellers in the Las Vegas area. If you happen to be watching this presentation, but you live in another state, I'm going to encourage you to listen all the way through to the end, because I'm really confident that you're going to pick up some really good nuggets of information from this presentation. Buying real estate really is considered the American dream, and it is the biggest purchase that most of us will ever make in our lifetimes. So it's a big deal, and we have to treat it like a big deal. But unfortunately, because it is a big deal, sometimes we become discouraged because we don't know what all it entails. So my goal today is to break down the home buying process into bite-sized pieces in hopes that you can realize your homeownership goals a lot sooner than later. I just want to take a few moments to tell you a little bit about myself. I hail from Chicago, Illinois. I've been married since 2003 to my best friend. We have 4 children, 2 grandchildren, and we've been in the Las Vegas area for the past 6 years. And since I've been out here, I've fallen in love with the walking trails, and I absolutely love socializing. Las Vegas is an amazing area to live in. I have full access to the Strip, and there's just so much more happening around the valley that doesn't even involve the Strip, like hiking and just socializing with friends and neighbors. And another thing that I absolutely love is gardening. And so I just wanted to show a few pictures here of my hobbies. So that's a little bit about me personally. My professional background, I've been in the industry for over 21 years. I have friends who refer to me as a professional student, and I'm okay with that because I love learning new things. I did receive a formal education from Southern Illinois University in Carbondale and from Keller Graduate School of Management. My last corporate job, I was a business analyst for a lending compliance group, and I resigned because I wanted to get back into face-to-face interactions with people who need help. As an employee in the bank, I was helping people on the back end, but it was in a way that really wasn't meaningful to me. I wanted to be able to bring information to people who may not otherwise be familiar with it and help them personally. And so here I am, here we are in this collective here to share our expertise and experience with you. I build my expertise by being an active member of the Las Vegas Realtors Association. That's how I stay current with what's happening in the industry, about resources, and that's how I build my professional network. I do go the extra mile, so I've earned a few certificates and endorsements over this past year. Building my knowledge is how I bring value to you. So the more I know, the more resourceful I can be. And if I don't know the answer, I can find someone who does. I chose to partner with Select Properties Group because of their mission where people come first. This is in direct alignment with my mission of serving others through real estate. And that's something that's really, really important to me, is serving others. I do what I do with a passion because it's all about human interaction and helping people get to their next level. So my objective is to meet you where you are and help you get to your next level, whatever that may be. We are a boutique style firm. We have more than 50 realtors, but we're still able to tailor our services to meet your individual needs. We service the greater Las Vegas area in residential and commercial real estate. And our office is run by two amazing brokers. They have 30 years of experience between the two of them. And I feel like I'm with my dream team at Select Properties Group, and it'll be our pleasure to be a part of your team in your next purchase or sale of real estate. I've gotten quite a few inquiries about how to become a real estate agent, how to get involved in the market. It is a very busy market and people are attracted to it. So here's a screen that you can take a picture of. This is the real estate division .nevada.government website. So you can go right to that website and get this information. It tells you what the requirements are to become a licensee. If you do so before October 1st, the requirement is 90 hours of real estate education. After October, it will be 120 hours of real estate education that is required. As a thank you for your attendance, I like to give away a bag here with goodies. And so I'll tell you what's in the bag at the end. You do have to be a present to receive the bag. Okay, so here is the fun part. This is why you are watching this presentation, because this is it. This is the roadmap. This is the buyer's map to homeownership, and it's laid out in 6 easy steps. The very first step is to meet with a realtor. I do offer free consultation, so you can reach out to me and we can set up a time to talk about your goals and what I can do to help you reach your goals. Realtors are members of the National, State, and Local Real Estate Association. We are bound by a code of ethics. The code of ethics, it protects you, it protects the public, and it protects the real estate profession. A real estate agent is not bound by this code of ethics, so you want to make sure you are working with a realtor. And usually realtors have some indication, like, wearing the R. I always wear a pin. I'm very proud to be a realtor. I've earned this. And so it's really important to me, and it's important to me that you know the difference between a realtor and a real estate agent. Because buying a home really is the biggest purchase that we're ever going to make, it's important to have a trusted resource who's advocating for you. As a realtor, I'm up to speed with real estate regulations. I'm trained to negotiate the best price for you, and I'm familiar with the local market. As your realtor, I'm not selling you on a house. I'm your advocate. So I'm here to help you get the best deal. These steps are really straightforward, but on average, it can take anywhere from 30 to 45 days from making offer to closing date. So the clock really starts ticking here, and we're going to talk a little bit more later, and you'll understand why the clock starts to tick there. But there is a lot of movement happening in between all of these steps, and your realtor and your team are doing a lot of behind the scenes activities to get you to your closing date. Okay. So your time frame is really going to depend on how prepared you are. And that's what we're here for today, is to give you an insight to the process so that you can be prepared. The second step in the process is to meet with the lender and to get pre-approved for a mortgage loan. Now, if you know a mortgage lender that you're comfortable with, that's amazing. If not, I am comfortable with making a recommendation for you. Once you decide on who your lender is going to be, you're going to complete a loan application. And if you meet the minimum income and credit requirements, you'll get a pre-qualification letter. Based on your loan application and your credit, the lender can make an assessment of whether or not they can offer you a loan within 24 hours. And again, it depends on how prepared you are, how your communication is going with the lender. But in order to actually start shopping for a house, you have to go a step further and get a pre-approval letter. So to get that pre-approval letter, you now need to submit documentation that supports the information you provided in your loan application. So the underwriter is going to verify that you really do work at the job you say you work at on your application, and they're going to make sure you make the income that you said you make. they're also going to make sure you are who you are. So they're going to ask for things like your social security number, your employer's information, and even your rental history or your residential history. They want to know about you so that they can create a really good profile. And they'll ask you for documentation to support it. The pre-approval letter itself, it's a conditional commitment from the lender to provide you with the mortgage loan. Now, getting the pre-approval letter can take a few days or a couple of weeks to get. And again, that's going to depend on how efficient you are with your documentation. But as soon as you get your pre-approval letter, you want to let your realtor know that you are pre-approved and you're ready to start shopping. So some of the documentation that you're going to need, of course, I want you to be prepared, is right here in this list. So this is not comprehensive. Everybody's financial situation is in our financial history. It's all going to be different. And so it could be a little bit different depending on your situation. But we do want the process to be as seamless as possible. So you are going to need a picture ID. That's upfront. You are going to need your social security number, proof of your residence, proof of employment. If you are a self-employed person and you get a 1099, you're going to need that. You may need to provide your tax returns. If you own other properties, you may need to provide statements showing those other properties that you own. If you are a veteran and you are planning to use your VA certificate of eligibility, you're going to have to provide that certificate. Some lenders can obtain it on your behalf, but you're also going to need to provide your DD-214. If you're divorced or you have any other unique situations that may apply, you may have to, that may impact your eligibility for approval, then you may need to, to supply documentation for that as well. Right here, I do have the credit requirement as 620 and higher. This is changing. Over the past year, this has changed dramatically. Pre-COVID, it was 580. I had it proudly up here at 580. But as time progresses and our market changes, which is changing daily, it feels like, as it continues to change, we're starting to see changes in the industry, and this is one of them. So different lenders, they have different requirements. The most common that I've seen is 620, which is why I'm using that one. I do know a lender who can still go with a 580 credit score if you're not going to use down payment assistance. There are different variables that apply. So don't be discouraged if you don't have a 620 credit score, because there may be other alternatives for you. So just make sure you reach out and ask me. The lenders who I work with, they do not charge fees to run your credit report. So you can fill out an application and see where you stand. And a lot of times they can put you on a plan. The people who I work with, we are in the business of nurturing our customers to help you get to the place you want to be. So again, we like to meet you where you are and help you get there. And sometimes the journey can be a little bit longer, but I'm in it for the long haul if you are. Okay, it does take work. But if you do find out you don't meet the minimum credit requirements for a traditional mortgage, there may be some other ways that I can assist. I am also a TRIO preferred agent. TRIO is a privately owned company. They've been around since 2001, and they are offering this lease to own program to help make homeownership a reality to people who don't meet traditional mortgage lending guidelines. So with this program, you get to build your credit and equity in the home while you rent. So you can rent your home while you buy it, and their minimum credit score requirement is 550. So if you want more information about TRIO, you can go to thinktrio.com. This program is ideal for people who cannot qualify, again, under traditional guidelines. So that would be people who are self-employed or commission-based, like tip earners. This will be a good program for them.